Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey, maybe not 100% sober, following the first game of the NFL preseason for your Dallas Cowboys. Jacksonville wins, quote-unquote, 28-23. It is the preseason. Do we care that much about the win-loss outcome? I really don't think we should. It's the individual efforts, the performances as part of that 28-23 loss for Dallas that matter oh so much more. I will give credit to Jacksonville. Look, they played the starters. They scored a touchdown. That was the difference in the game. Nathan Work had one of the more unbelievable scores ever, breaking 3 sacks and a holding that should have been called for a score. Will Grier, the thrill, almost leads a game-winning touchdown drive. We had a ball tonight on our watch party. We will be live again next week as the Cowboys have their Week 2 preseason matchup. So make sure you guys are subscribed. We are 58 subscribers away from 158K. So if you haven't already, please make sure you guys are subscribed. YouTube.com/CowboysTV. All right, one injury note. I'll make note. We don't have the details on what happened to Tyrus Wheat, the UDFA edge from Mississippi State. Left the game, uncertain what happened there. Updates from Michael Gelkin in particular. Left the game, a foot injury from Malik Jefferson, who had a couple tackles. Let me double check my notes here as I check my stat sheet here. He had 4 tackles on a pass breakup. Jefferson left the game with a plantar fascia issue. Not what you want to read for a linebacker there. MRI on Sunday to determine the said severity of the injury. He was walking post-game with no assistance, so good sign there for Jefferson, who is fighting for maybe a last roster spot. We'll have to wait and see on that front. So hopefully Jefferson ends up being okay. Some takeaways from this Cowboys-Jags game. Before we get there, though, grade the Cowboys on a curve. It's the preseason after all. A, B, C, D, or F. This is today's pinned comment. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and vote. A, B, C, D, or F. Some game 1 takeaways. If you weren't on the Deuce Vaughn hype train, you still have time. He didn't really play on offense until the third quarter, and the Cowboys saw one quarter and said, yeah, we're good. Shifty, explosive, elusive, 8 carries, 50 yards, a long of 26. And I had tried like hell to find a pregame prop of will Deuce Vaughn score, and he did. We knew it was happening. It was the second leading rusher in the game, but 6.3 yards per carry was the most of anyone with at least 2 carries in the game. He looked awesome. In terms of power ranking the way the running backs looked in this game, I'm going Deuce Vaughn, number 1. Despite the fumble, I will give Rico Dowdle the number 2 mark. And Malik Davis, who began the game as RB2, he was the first back out there, didn't make that many plays. I'll give him the 3rd mark there. Dowdle's fumble, he was pretty good, but the fumble really, really hurt him. If you have been subscribed to us here on the Cowboys Report, you know how we feel about Deuce Vaughn. I think he is an awesome footballer. I know he's small. It doesn't matter. The kid makes plays. So everybody in the comment section right now, I need you guys to spam Deuce for Deuce Vaughn. Get those comments in right now. Number 2, I do think Will Grier flashed. That was Will the Thrill Grier in that particular game. The final stat line is 22 of 31 for 199 yards, 2 TDs, and it was a bad interception. Grier just didn't make the right throw. Cooper Rush stat line was 10 of 12, but he got lucky that there wasn't a pick six. He threw a bad late hitch route. The Cooper Rush hour luck kind of continued in today's game. That should have been a pick six for the Jags. That was a bad throw by Cooper Rush. Grier is not really competing to be QB2. I think he's more competing to make the roster as quarterback 3. Some up and downs were there. He's a gunslinger that makes it fun and entertaining for the preseason, but still needs more consistency. The shirt I'm wearing right now is available. chatsports.com/CowboysJam. It's Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. This, by the way, down here, and this right here, is supposed to be green, like it is on the screen, but that's a green screen behind me. They've got Dak and CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs as well, and Troy Aikman, Michael Irving as well. Chatsports.com/CowboysJam. Links in the comment section and the description of today's show. Number 3, Brandon Aubrey was not perfect. He did miss an extra point. And although Brett Maher, if you watch the Broncos game, did miss both of his kicks, you'd have maybe some trigger warnings of missed extra points. In total, Aubrey was 1 of 1 on field goals from 29 yards, okay? 2 of 3 on extra points. 3 of 4, 75% is not good enough. You need better out of Aubrey. He should not be cut now, but I am not opposed to more competition coming, whether it's now or later on in the preseason. So be honest with me, folks. What is your confidence level in Brandon Aubrey right now? Scale it from 1 to 10 in the comment section. Takeaway number 4. Now, I will make note, again, we are basing this on the live copy only, watching live. I'll go back and rewatch at least the condensed version / the all-22 version if I can get it Sunday or something along those lines there. I am still worried about the offensive line depth. The sacks in this game say 4. 3 of Will Grier, 1 of Cooper Rush. Not all the O-line's fault, but it was all backups on the offensive line. This had been built previously. We actually got the backups right, by the way. It was this group. Richards, Farniok, Hoffman, Ball, let's go in that order. Bostic got some run at left tackle tonight as well. Alex Taylor got some run at right tackle. Adoga was out, so Austin Richards played left guard. I thought, Richards played okay, all things considered. I don't think the sack was on him. We've said it before. I'll say it again. Josh Ball sucks. He's not good. The number of times you would watch the live and go, there's Josh Ball facing the wrong way as the whistle blows is too many. You need Zach Martin out there. Make no mistake. Number 5, do not sleep on Juanyeh Thomas in the battle for that 5th safety spot, assuming Israel Mukuamu counts as a safety. Juanyeh Thomas had, I'll double check my notes, make sure I'm correct here. He had only the 1 tackle, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, 1 tackle, but 2 pass breakups and an interception of Trevor Lawrence. The only incomplete pass, or not to the right team pass, Lawrence threw all day. Thomas is fighting for a roster spot. Do not sleep on him. Of all the players tonight for your Dallas Cowboys, who impressed you guys the most? Sound off in the comment section. We will do winners and losers tomorrow, or depending on when you're watching, this morning for the Cowboys. So let me know in the comment section. Finally, Jalen Tolbert is so back, you guys. The guy we saw at South Alabama that looked like a player that could have been taken in the 2nd round, as Dallas did consider, was awesome tonight. His best play was not his touchdown catch. It was the negated long, deep catch along the sidelines, contorting his body, dragging the feet for offensive pass interference. Soft as Charmin call. I was very impressed by Jalen Tolbert, among other receivers, including but not limited to John Stevens Jr., by the way. Tolbert looked like a player who can step in, who can play as the wide receiver 4. There was no CeeDee Lamb. There was no Michael Gallup. There was no Brandon Cooks. He was only 5th among the leading receivers for Dallas. Dennis Houston played well down the stretch. We will discuss the tight ends on tomorrow's show as well, but I was very pleased with the effort out of Jalen Tolbert watching the game live. I feel good about him moving forward, at least for now, as the Cowboys wide receiver 4, a much better player than what we saw this time last year.